Welcome to Light Warrior Radio, where our mission is to empower sensitive souls to harness their superpowers and shine their light, so together we can co-create heaven on earth. I'm your host, Dr. 𝗟𝗡𝗆𝗪, author of the #1 best-selling book, Sensitivity is Your Superpower, and founder of the Academy of Light Medicine and the 𝗀𝗵𝗡 Healing Method. Thank you for joining me. Ask and ye shall receive. This is what I heard growing up in church. Perhaps it's a misunderstanding, though. A number of years ago, I was reading something by 𝗥𝗲𝗺𝗵𝗘. Really appreciate a lot of his work. Something really struck me. He mentioned that a comparison of the modern biblical version of ask and you shall receive with its original text shows us that there is something missing. Wow. How things have been lost in translation, if you will. So, and I quote from him. He says, the modern and condensed passage in the King James Version of the Bible reads, "Whatsoever ye ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. Hitherto have ye asked nothing in my name. Ask, and ye shall receive, that your joy may be full." Okay, so that's what we often read in our modern Bible. Okay, so Greg continues. When we compare this to the original text, we see the key that is missing. Quote, "All things that you ask straightly, directly, from inside my name, you will be given. So far you have not done this, and without hidden motive, and be surrounded by your answer. Be enveloped by what you desire, that your gladness be full." End quote. So I don't know about you, but I don't remember the part about be surrounded by your answer. I don't remember the part where I was taught, be enveloped by what you desire. And yet, practically, that is how many of us have discovered how to optimize our manifestation powers, our superpowers, if you will, to manifesting what it is we desire and less of what we don't desire. One of the things in my Sensitivity is Your Superpower book, a process I called STOEM for Masterful Manifesting, is we get into the still point through the energy or sensing and feeling the energy in our body. And then what we do is we create a scene, if you will, that is full of the sensations of what it would be like to already have what you desire or what you want. For example, one of my favorite meditations that I did for the Health Freedom Tribe, and we do these live, every other week or so, is this meditation of our future ideal reality of peace, love, joy, harmony for all, and not just on our planet, but among the planets as well. So there's a very vivid description of what it looks like, feels like, smells like, tastes like, anything you can think of, sounds like, right? Like any of the senses enhanced based on what it is we desire. And so what Greg makes the point of in his books is that we need to already feel that we have what we desire in the now. This is how we materialize it. You feel like you have it now. And when the original text says to be surrounded by your answer, be enveloped by what you desire, that's what they mean. It totally makes sense to me now because it works, right? If we can dream it up and also embody it. My first intuition teacher, Laura Day, in her book, The Circle, talks about embodying your future ideal reality. I've kept her languaging on the future ideal reality because I really like it. When we can embody it, not think about it, not visualize it only, but in the body, feel it, see it, hear it, touch it, taste it, smell it, okay, as much as we can, that it's already happened or is happening right now in this moment, that's how we receive. So this is not taught in church as far as I can tell. This is not taught in school as far as I can tell. They actually are not teaching us how to ask properly. The way we've been taught in general, okay, I don't know about your church, but the way that I was taught is to pray to God, ask for things. And the way we would pray is like, oh, please, God, please heal so-and-so, and please allow his mortgage to be paid. And, I'm praying for so-and-so's dog that he be healed. And, it was all a prayer of supplication, of asking, if you will, or begging that this be done. We were never taught to imagine and embody the reality where that has already happened. I was never taught that. If you were taught that, like, kudos to whoever taught you, like your parents or church, like, yay, right? But I was not taught that. So this was new material to me, and it made so much sense that, like, even when the movie The Secret came out and they were talking about being positive and visualize, what it is you desire, what they really meant was embody what you desire, not just visualize what you desire. So in my Unlock Your Superpower course, it should be named Unlock Your Materializing or Manifesting Superpowers. I'll have to rename that. But anyway, in that particular course, the first thing we do is called revision or revisioning. So we are revisioning our ideal future reality and then embodying that, or resonating with that frequency of what it is we desire. That's actually module 2. So I think that once we realize that we have been told something inaccurate, now you have the complete teaching. So you can shift how you ask. How you ask. Now, one of the arguments, one of my healer colleagues, and he's a little spicy, so some people, he really, rubs people the wrong way. Certain people, I don't take it personally, but anyway. So he says, look at all these church people. He says, the Pope can't heal you. The Vatican can't heal you. They haven't learned to heal a single soul. So why are you listening to them? And I got to tell you, it's very spicy for him to say that, but I have to say, I get what he's going for, I was like, you got a point, bud. Like, I can't tell you how many times that somebody has said, well, you shouldn't do that because it's never going to work. I'm like, well, obviously it didn't work for you, right? But it did work for all these other people, so I'm actually following them because it did work for them, right? When I listened to somebody who's broke, right? Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is, embody your new ideal reality as if it's happening now or has already happened. I remember when it was, let's see, I think it was 2005. Yes, 2005. I had, 2004. That's it, 2004. I think I had first time competing at the U.S. Adult National Figure Skating Championships. In the past, when I applied, I was Canadian, so I could not skate. But this time, they allowed me to skate. So I had been recovering, and this was very, very interesting because I was practicing skating my program. A lot of us do that. We skate in our heads, right? We skate our program, and we skate it perfectly in our heads. So what I was doing, though, was I remember very, very clearly. I was driving home. I even know what part of the road I was on. I was driving home. I had the music blaring in the car. I was alone. And I was skating in my head as I'm driving. Yeah, eyes open. And I'm skating my program, skating it well, skating it perfectly. I can smell the ice. I can see the crowds. I can see the roar, or hear the roar of the applause and the music and the movement in my body as I accomplish these various different moves on the ice. When I finished the program and took my bow in my head, of course, I was so happy. I was so full of joy. I cried. Like when Greg Brandon talks about that your gladness be full. I'm talking very full here. I was crying. Here I am. I probably look ridiculous if there was a fly on the wall going, okay, the woman is visualizing and she's crying. We don't know why she's crying, right? So I'm driving the car. I got tears streaming down my face. I felt like I had just won the gold medal, and I did it. I won it, right? And I was like, oh my gosh. And I realized at the top of the hill, as I'm coming closer to home, that Nationals was in a couple weeks, and I had not skated it yet. But in my head, I had skated it. In my body, I had skated a winning performance, and I had won. I had won. So that was powerful because I felt as if I already did it. And when the time came to skate the program, I did skate the best that I ever skated at that point, and realized that, well, maybe I didn't skate perfect, but the fascinating thing is the time before when I tried to skate, there wasn't the crowds. There wasn't the kudos. There wasn't, people to cheer me on. I felt alone. Like there was all these negative, so-called negative things. This time, because I had practiced it in my head the way I desired it, there were a ton of my friends in the crowd. Like it was like, holy moly. There was a lot of people in the stands. There was like so much positive energy showering down on all of us competitors. And, just even in the opening skate where I'm just putting my hand out and just sweeping it across to say thank you for being here, right? I hadn't even started skating my program yet. The music hadn't even started. I was already almost in tears. I was just like so grateful for the time, the experience, and the time I'm skating. I'm in the moment, and I'm like, wow, I get the ice to all myself. This is so cool, right? Most people, I got to tell you, adult skaters are funny. Most people are terrified to be out there by themselves, right? And I'm like, this is awesome. I don't have to think about running over anybody or anybody running over me or being in someone's way, or it's my music. I get to skate wherever I want, when I want, And it was just this incredible experience. And when I ended it, it was just like, wow, that was it. That is so freaking cool. And even if I didn't win the gold medal, I was like, that's it. That's the cherry on the ice cream. How's that says? Icing? Ice cream? Anyway, sometimes I get my idioms wrong. Yeah. And yes, I did win the gold medal. In case you were wondering, I did win the gold medal that day. My first gold medal for the United States, in the United States, I should say, at that level. And I've since won many, many, many other gold medals, including, of course, singles, but I've also done it in pairs and ice dance as well. So, yeah, it works. It really does. Be surrounded by your answer. Be enveloped by what you desire, that your gladness be full. And how do you know? Emotionally, you feel incredibly amazing, like fantastic. Just fantastic as you embody that new reality. Now, if you're one of the folks that have either not been in your body for a very long time, been trying to escape out of this physical form, or have great pain or challenges in your body, then there may be some healing to do, because you may not be able to fully embody your ideal new reality because the body has habitually been used to pain and been used to fatigue and used to all these other symptoms. If that's the case, you can ask your source team, your angel team, to say, hey, I would like an embodied experience of my ideal future reality. I've written it out, right? I've written it out. I can't seem to feel it in my body. I can sort of picture it in my mind, but I'm having really a lot of difficulty embodying it. So can you please help me with this? Thank you. Now, what will often happen is they will help you by giving you something similar or exactly the same thing in your dream state. I had this happen to me one time where I had frozen shoulder so bad that I actually skated one of my pair programs. Well, I got it from the pairs program. I was doing death spirals, okay? Incorrectly, by the way, since the frozen shoulder, the injuries. So I was literally, like, I had a massage therapist friend of mine, and she was literally massaging and pulling my shoulder, like, loose before we skated so I could do the move. And we messed up the move. I ended up on my butt at the end of the program. It's like, oops. Okay. And by the way, I did win gold there too. Long story, but literally the other people that skated with us who skated clean, shockingly, under-rotated several of their spins, and they got 0 points for that. But James and I, my husband and I, were so fast and so synchronized, and our basic skating skills so good, and we did not under-rotate, that even that fall did not cancel the points that we had gathered. So we won a gold, even though I was very shocked, and it was pretty cool. But the neat thing is afterwards, I had a dream that my colleague, Dr. Jeffrey Thompson, was there working on my shoulder. He's a chiropractor, actually. But I was on his sound table. Actually, I have a sound table as well at home. I have a sound table, and he was working on the sound table and my shoulder was completely free of pain. And I had not been free of pain for months and months and months. And when I woke up, I had the wherewithal to realize, number one, it was a dream. Number two, I realized I was not in pain. And number three, I said, memorize this. I ordered my consciousness and my body to memorize this feeling of not being in pain. And then eventually I allowed myself to move. And yes, there was some pain. But you see, I had memorized what my body felt like in pain. I had forgotten what it felt like to not be in pain. So my source team, the universe, decided to help me by giving me the reality of what it would feel like if I was not in pain and I was comfortable, and I had full range of motion on my shoulder. And I got to tell you, that was the pivotal point whereby my shoulder, all that stuff just resolved. It wasn't overnight, but it was a lot faster than it was, because I could feel what it felt like when it was quote unquote normal. So it is important to be able to embody it. So if you're having trouble with that, ask your source team to help you with that, and even direct them to give you that reality in your dream state, so that you can know what it feels like to be embodied in the reality you desire. Okay, so now you know the truth behind ask and you shall receive the details. Well, thanks so much for joining me on Light Warrior Radio. I hope this has been fun for you, as it has been for me. And even though we're not having a conversation, I feel like we are. It's always fun for me. And speaking of conversations, please come into the Light Medicine community if you aren't already a member. It's free to join. I'll put the link below the show notes here. It's a sacred space where you can share a question, introduce yourself, participate in our monthly mini healings, which are absolutely free. And if you happen to have a program of mine, get some extra support as well. So thank you for tuning in to the Light Warrior Radio today, and I will see you next time. Much love.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. And if it resonated with you, would love for you to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, perhaps the notification bell, so every time I do a new video, you'll be notified. And feel free to share it with anyone that you think might resonate with that message too. In the meantime, would love to connect with you in my Light Medicine community. We have free mini healings every month and all sorts of really fun things that we do. Not only that, but also we get to lovingly share and support each other in a safe space. It's free to join. I'll put the link below, and I look forward to seeing you there. And remember to introduce yourself when you first come in so we can all say hi. All right. Thanks so much, and we'll see you there.